This is my dog, Millie. She's a Lab Shepherd mix, 11 years old. And about 6 months ago, I was playing with her ears this ear, like I always do, and I noticed it was filling up with fluid. And I went onto YouTube and did a lot of research and found out a lot about oral hematomas, except what happens when you just leave them alone. So, being somebody that has some experience in a hospital, this ear, she's always been a head shaker. This ear filled up so full, I really thought it was going to burst. And somebody told me that that had actually happened to their dog. So I got some syringes, and she's not the type of dog to bite. She didn't enjoy it, but I knew she wasn't going to hurt me. And we drained the ear about 50 cc's of fluid. We were told to keep it flat, and I tried to do that. I put a stocking around her head, and she's got pretty soft fur. She kept shaking her head to get the stocking off, and because the ear was tender with it being newly filled with blood, we just couldn't keep it on. So I drained it a second time. Second time, I know this sounds terrible, but I was so determined to not have the fluid fill back up again. That's what happened. That's why we had to do it a second time. It filled back up because we couldn't keep it flat. I put Gorilla Tape, I know, on the ear to keep it flat, and just enough of it popped out that it still filled up again, and getting the Gorilla Tape off of her fur was not one of my prouder moments. So we let it fill back up again because I looked at the surgical procedure. I saw people that had done it that said it worked, but that it just happened again, or that the dog wouldn't leave their ear alone. And I just kind of pictured her being a dog that we were going to end up having to spend the same money over and over again for the same operation. So I decided to let it sit. As much as it looked like it might explode, it did not. And I mean, it was really full. It was like as full as any of the other videos I've seen. So you can see over time, it has, it's got kind of like a cauliflower ear look to it. And this ear, nothing had happened to it yet. And she was still shaking her head, I think, because this ear, she doesn't know she has an oral hematoma. It felt a different weight to her than the other side. So we jokingly said what she needs is to give herself a hematoma in the other ear so they'll be more even. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. And this time I did nothing at all to this ear. That was probably a month ago. It was a much smaller hematoma, so it was easier to ignore, and it didn't seem to bother her as much. It wasn't as tender. Interestingly enough, you can see that it has healed up even more crimped than the one that was really full. But I'm going to say that there isn't a whole lot of room in there with all that scar tissue for it to happen again. And I just thought I would post this video for anyone that's looking for information about what to do or what it looks like if you do absolutely nothing. And that's what happened with Millie. And as you can see, she's not losing any sleep over her funky ears. Okay, hope this helps you. Bye.